Pressure does not announce itself with noise. It does not arrive shouting or demanding attention. True pressure is quiet. It is felt in the chest before it is seen on the battlefield, in the pause before a decision, in the moment when chaos demands urgency, but discipline demands restraint. Sun Tzu understood something that modern minds often forget. The battle is decided long before swords cross. Victory does not belong to the fastest, the loudest, or the most aggressive. It belongs to the one who controls tempo, to the one who stays calm while others rush, to the one who turns pressure into a weapon without ever appearing strained. Today's lesson is not about violence. It is about psychological dominance. It is about breaking the enemy's rhythm without breaking your composure. Because when you remain calm under pressure, you do not merely endure the storm. You become it. Sun Tzu never used the word rhythm directly in modern language, but his teachings revolve around it constantly. Rhythm is the flow of action and reaction, the pulse of decision-making, the pace at which an opponent thinks, moves, and commits. An army with rhythm is dangerous. An army that loses rhythm collapses, even if it still has numbers. Sun Tzu warned that disorder is not caused by weakness, it is caused by confusion. And confusion is not created by force alone. It is created by pressure applied at the wrong moment, or withheld at the right one. When you rush an enemy prematurely, you sharpen their focus. When you overwhelm them too early, you unify their resistance. But when you delay, when you pause, when you remain still while they expect movement, you fracture their timing. They begin to act too soon, or too late, or in the wrong direction. That is how rhythm breaks. Most people believe calm is passive. Sun Tzu knew calm was active control. A calm mind sees options. A pressured mind sees only escape. When pressure rises, the untrained react emotionally. They rush decisions. They overcommit. They reveal intent. But the disciplined strategist does the opposite. They slow down. This is not hesitation. This is command over internal tempo. Sun Tzu wrote that the supreme skill is to win without fighting. What he implied was this: if you control your inner state, you control the outer battlefield. Calmness forces the enemy to project their anxiety outward. They begin to mistake silence for weakness, stillness for fear, and in that misinterpretation, they expose themselves. Here is where most people misunderstand pressure. Pressure is not constant aggression. Pressure is selective presence. Sun Tzu advised appearing strong when weak and weak when strong. This is not deception for its own sake. It is tempo manipulation. When you apply pressure constantly, the enemy adapts. When you apply pressure unpredictably, the enemy fractures. Calm allows you to wait, and waiting is unbearable to those driven by fear. The enemy begins to move first, not because you force them, but because they could not tolerate uncertainty. That is the power of restrained pressure. Sun Tzu repeatedly emphasized this principle. Chaos favors the prepared. The battlefield, whether literal or psychological, is loud, fast, and overwhelming. Most lose not because they are outmatched, but because they abandon clarity under stress. Calmness is not the absence of fear. It is the refusal to obey fear. When pressure rises, others tighten, others rush, others seek immediate resolution. You must do the opposite. You breathe, you observe, you let the moment reveal itself. This delay feels dangerous to the impatient mind. But Sun Tzu understood that time reveals weakness faster than force. The highest form of pressure is non-engagement. When the enemy expects reaction and receives silence, their mind fills the void with assumptions. They begin to imagine threats that do not exist. They move to preempt dangers that are not real. Sun Tzu wrote that all warfare is based on deception, but deception is not lying. It is withholding certainty. Calmness is a form of concealment. When you remain unreadable, the enemy cannot synchronize against you. Their rhythm collapses into erratic motion. They begin fighting shadows. You cannot weaponize pressure externally until you master pressure internally. Sun Tzu insisted on discipline because discipline creates predictability within yourself and unpredictability to others. If your emotions dictate your tempo, you surrender command. Anger accelerates, fear contracts, ego overextends. Calm neutralizes all three. A calm strategist is immune to provocation, immune to intimidation, immune to false urgency, and immunity is dominance. Pressure must be applied after rhythm breaks, not before. Sun Tzu warned against attacking fortified positions directly. Why? Because structure absorbs force, but once rhythm collapses, structure becomes irrelevant. That is when pressure becomes decisive. A single move, executed with precision, outperforms 100 frantic actions. Calm allows you to recognize the moment of imbalance. And that moment is fleeting. Those who panic miss it. Those who stay calm own it. The battlefield today is not armies. It is attention, emotion, and decision-making. Negotiations, conflicts, relationships, leadership, personal growth. Pressure surrounds modern life constantly. The person who reacts emotionally becomes predictable. The person who remains calm becomes strategic. Silence unsettles. Patience frustrates. Composure intimidates. Sun Tzu's wisdom survives because human psychology has not changed. Those who control their internal rhythm control outcomes without confrontation. Sun Tzu did not teach aggression. He taught mastery. Pressure is not about overpowering others. It is about outlasting their need to resolve tension. Stay calm long enough, and the enemy defeats themselves. They rush, they miscalculate, they expose weakness. You simply choose the moment. In a world addicted to speed, calm is rebellion. In a world driven by emotion, discipline is dominance. Pressure will always exist. The question is not whether you feel it, but whether you use it. Stay calm, slow the tempo, break the rhythm. And remember this final truth from Sun Tzu's philosophy: the one who cannot be rushed cannot be defeated.